What's up, YouTube? I just came in, wanted to make a few comments about a couple stories. The first one being about Kim Porter's book, which, well, it isn't real. It's been said that it's not real. Um, I also want to mention that there was some stories in there that I knew straight off rip was not real. Not that I know, because don't nobody truly know. But unless it was her words, which I don't think it's her words. For example, the story that really got me was the story about Diddy running to Kim Porter and asking her, telling her, not asking her, telling her that she has to do a threesome with Will and Jada, and she was 9 months pregnant with their child. And Diddy said it was a ritual and that she has to do it so that Will and Jada can have some type of connection between Kim and the baby. Real outlandish things. I'm not saying that may or may not have happened. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, something like that, a woman takes to her grave. Okay? That gets taken to the grave. That don't get put in the book. Whether a woman is raped through incest, maybe termination of pregnancy, certain things women take to the grave with them, or is left between that person and God. That's one story that would have been left between Kim and God, because ain't no way I'm about to put that in a book about me. Okay? You can tell a group of people, you can tell the world about mistreatment and abuse between you and your partner without mentioning those type of stories. That was definitely just pulled out of thin air. That was pulled out of thin air. Another one, which I don't think it's as fake as the first story, but the second story basically says that her and Tupac had a sexual relationship and Diddy knew about it. That don't seem out of this world, but again, looking at how Diddy treats his hoes, I can't imagine him allowing anyone to get close to Kim Porter, which is has always been the main one. So that's crazy. I'm not saying that it's impossible. It just seems very highly unlikely. I don't really believe that that truly took place. Um, and what the book does is it puts Kim Porter in a very negative and a disgusting position. I look at her and I see a very graceful, elegant woman, and I want to remember her in that way. I don't want to see images in my head of Will Smith bending over a 9 month pregnant Kim Porter and taking it from the back. You know what I'm saying? Like who wants to envision that? Like I don't know who the hell wrote this book, but it's a mess. It's a mess. And all it did was talk about sexual deviance. It talked about Kim's sexual nature and more so Diddy's sexual nature. It I don't hear anybody talking about uh mentions of anything of how she was as a little girl, growing up, her being a model, her career, which she loves to do as a mother. I don't hear any positive reviews or anything about the book where you can say, okay, that sounds like Kim. I think Kim wrote that. No, you hear all these stories of Diddy's sexcapades and featuring Kim. It has nothing to do with Kim at all. The woman is no longer with us. So why put her in a negative light? That is disgusting. So that's one reason why I think that book is fake. Also, you know, I'll be 34 next month. And I don't know if you guys remember if you're around my age or not, but in middle school, high school, we used to read these books. One we started off with Sister Soldier, The Coldest Ones Ever. That was a novel, and that really was a learning book, especially for teenagers that wanted to be fast. I remember my mother gave me that book when I was 13 years old. And then it went from those types of books to Zane books and True to the Game. And anybody who knows anything about Zane books, they're all sexual. They're smut books. This fake Kim Porter memoir is no different than a Zane book. It's a bunch of sexual stories that black women love to read because we got problems. Because who's really reading that book? I really want to remember Kim Porter as a beautiful black woman and an amazing mom and a great model. I don't want to see her in any other light other than the one that she has given us for 20, 30 years. I'm not trying to even get into like those nasty details because they are not true. They are not true. And the things that she is embarrassed to talk about, I'm sure she would not just put it in the book. The book is supposed to focus on her accomplishments, her as a woman, her life story. It should be mainly focused on who Kim Porter is and not who Diddy is. So that's a few of the many reasons why I know that book is fake. Moving on to Cardi B and Offset. So Cardi B goes off, saying, "Listen, you jealous of me. Basically, I'm not no yes nigga. I mean, I'm not no yes man, and you need to be around other women because they make you feel superior, and I make you feel inferior because I don't bow down to you." That's not what she said in words particularly, but in essence, that's what she's saying. Then he jumps down in the chat talking about some, oh, you basically had sex while you was pregnant with my baby. Now, I guess he was doing that to make her look bad, but it really didn't change the circumstances, not in my eyesight. Cause I could tell you what, this marriage had been over. This marriage been over. I feel like the third child was more of a contractual agreement because married people do have contracts stating, hey, we're gonna have two kids, we're gonna have four children. Yes, that's a real thing. People, especially if you're both on the rich side, you may have contracts stating how many children you'll have. And sometimes married people may not be even feeling each other, but they know good and well they want to have children. So fine, that could have been that. And honestly, the opportunity that she had to sleep with another man while pregnant with Offset's baby just tells us that these two people have been separated and they are not as close as they lead they led on to be. They are not close. He probably in Atlanta, she probably in New York. And that's probably how it's always been for a very long time. And knowing how hormonal women can be when they're pregnant, specifically a sexual appetite, she wasn't no just pregnant either. I'll tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you how it go. Boom. So by the time a woman finds out they pregnant, not all, sometimes they already 2 almost 3 months into the pregnancy. Why? Because they spot, so they think they're getting a cycle. They think they're getting a period, or they have a regular cycle. So sometimes being late or not having a period at all don't indicate pregnancy. Okay, we're not her doctor, so we don't know. But when she got with that man, the mystery man that she slept with while she was pregnant to Offset, I'm telling you right now, she had to at least been 4 or 5 months pregnant. Cause the first couple months pregnant, you don't even know you pregnant. Then boom, you start easing into the second trimester. You gotta get through the morning sickness. Not every woman gets morning sickness, but if she did, she would be too tired and too weak. Even if she didn't have morning sickness, your body is literally doing double the work to accommodate a growing fetus, a growing child in you. So her energy was probably on zero. She probably was tired, sleeping a lot, basically not in the mood to be having sex. If she did, when she did, because she admitted that she did, because she don't care, when she did do this with this man, I can tell you right now, she was at least 4 to 5 months pregnant. She may not have been 9 months pregnant, but she definitely had a little bump or something. She definitely did, because that's when them hormones start changing, and now you don't mind hopping up on a peanut or two. Like it happens. But I feel bad for this marriage. This is actually marriage. Divorce is like a death, by the way. It's very sad that these two people had not worked it out. She could at least waited till the ink to dry before she slept with this man, and who's to say that she didn't? Maybe they already got divorced and we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because some people, because she could be doing her wifely duties, but you could tell she was already mentally and emotionally checked out of that marriage way before they conceived the third child. Way before. So they probably got together, they linked up, agreed to have this baby, and then they went their own ways again. It could be a contract. They could have planned this. Unlike a unplanned pregnancy, this was probably a planned pregnancy with two married people. Okay, so at this point, she needs to just go ahead and get divorced, because once a woman who is married cheats on her husband while with child, she absolutely hates that man. I am sorry. Ain't no coming back from that. I ain't bashing her, but you could tell she's definitely done with the marriage between her and Offset. Offset been cheating on her since day one, and honestly, I really only think he jumped on her back and married her because she was hot at the time. I don't even think he really liked Cardi B. He certainly doesn't respect her, because I remember hearing years ago that he was still dealing with the other baby mother even after he proposed to Cardi B. So he's just a serial cheater. He gonna end up in them nursing homes by himself, surrounded by his children. How many kids he got? Like what, six? Five, six? He gonna be surrounded right there, right on around his bed by all six of his kids with no woman there. No woman in sight, but the nurse maybe. Because no woman is gonna sit here and deal with that long term. Now, Cardi B done dealt with it long enough, but understand that this is a character flaw that he has had before he got with Cardi B. He's probably done this to every woman he has dated or even taken seriously. He's probably cheated with each and every woman he's been with. And so he keeps forgetting that he's going to get old one day. And no one's going to take him serious because all he was playing games. I feel like once she gets rid of Offset, Cardi B will be at the level that she's supposed to be. She needs to be at the level. She has to be at the level that she's supposed to be. And it don't even have to be musically. She doesn't even, I'm not even talking about career wise, just as a person, more happy and more, just you could tell now that she's in her villain era. She's in that I don't give a damn era. She's putting herself first because let's be real here. She did the good submissive wife for a long time. She stood by her man even with the cheating. Cause that's what women do. We think we could fix him, but you can't fix him. And she realized that. And her thing is, listen, I done got my kids out the way. Let me go do me. This is where, you know what I'm saying? Not for nothing. This could make a great next album for her. Cardi, get in your bag. I don't blame her. She still looks good. She's still young. She could still bounce back from that and have her children at the same time. Because a lot of dudes want her. If a man could sleep with a woman while they pregnant, listen, let me not even get started on how nasty and freaky men are. Disgustingly freaky. I don't even want to talk about it. Because this is not this type of show. But Cardi B, get rid of him. Leave him at the sidewalk and just keep going. Once she get rid of her husband and that divorce is finalized, she can be great again. She can be great. That's it. That's my comments today. Bye, YouTube.